So good afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to discuss our fourth topic, which is about the slope of a tangent line. So a brief introduction kung anong kailangan nato ang slope of a tangent line because it is the theory behind finding the derivative of a function. So by the way, derivative is the instantaneous rate of change of one variable with respect to another. So the differentiation is what? The process, no? Muna siya ang process of finding the derivative. And the derivative is used to find the slope of a function at a point and used to find the slope of a tangent line to the graph of a function at a point. That is why in this video, it is an introduction of or a recall on how we find the slope of a tangent line. And also, it is used to find the instantaneous rate of change of a function at a point. Okay? Computed by finding the limit of the difference quotient as delta x approaches to 0. So delta x is the rate, is the change of value ni x. So I also have pre-recorded videos that explains what is the delta x or the change in x. So finding average rate of change. So for example, a piece of chocolate is pulled from a refrigerator from 6 degrees centigrade and placed on a counter 22 degrees centigrade. The temperature of the chocolate is given by, for example, the time, minutes in minutes. So from 0 to 36 minutes. Tapos the temperature change according to the rate of change according to time. Okay, so corresponding nga ng pagbutang na to, for example, magpagawas ta katong for example kini chocolate, gipagawas nato siya from the refrigerator. As you can see, kung magkadugay siya, magkataas pod ang iyang temperature no from 6 degrees centigrade nga gikan siya sa ref. Kung naa na siya sa gawa sa ref, magka-warm siya, okay? Or magka-change yung temperature according sa iyang ambient or sa iyang environment na temperature. So, what is the average rate of change in the temperature of the chocolate from 8 to 20 minutes? So, ipangita na to is the rate of change from 8 minutes to 20 minutes. So, from 12.81 to 18. No? So, makuha nato na siya if we divide the delta T or the change in temperature over the change in time. So, in that way, 18 degrees centigrade minus 12.81 degrees centigrade over the change in time, which is 20 minus 8. So therefore, we have 0.4325 degrees centigrade per minute. So that is the rate of change of your chocolate, no? Rate of change according to time. So the rate of change was not constant throughout the process. This only tells us what happened on average over a period of time. So from the range of 8 to 20 minutes. So the instantaneous rate of change. So we take the limit of the average rate of change as we let the intervals get smaller and smaller as delta x is approaching to 0. So we can see that sa graph na nasa ato ang screen. Okay? So from this coordinate, A and F of A, tapos B and F of B, no, maka-draw ta og straight line which is the hypotenuse ani nga triangle. So naman tay rate of change from point A to B, tapos naapod tay rate of change aning F of A to F of B. Therefore, we can get the hypotenuse of the triangle. Okay, so the tangent line. What does it mean to say that a line is tangent to a curve at a point? So meaning gani sa tangent, no, kung natay gitawag nga tangent line, it passes through exactly 1 point along the curve, no? Dili siya parehas sa second. So, ang tangent, ang naka-difference sa iyaha is at exactly 1 point of the circle. So, for example, this circle, the tangent line at point P is the line that is perpendicular, as shown in the figure, to the radial line at point P. So, kita na to nga, ay right angle din here. So, we say that this line is tangent to the circle. So essentially, the problem of finding the tangent line at a point P boils down to the problem of finding the slope of the tangent line at point P. So katong describe nato kaganina no nga makuha nato siya ang iyahang derivative kung makuha nato ang iyahang slope sa tangent line. So we can approximate this slope using this second line. So check this figure on the right side of the screen, no? Natay point C plus X and F of C plus X. Tapos napod tay C and F of C. So makadraw ta anig second line kung i-connect nato ang 2 points. Okay, so kaganina, nangutana ko sa inyo if naka-remember pa ba mo kung unsa ang equation in finding the slope, no? Nakatubag mo nga m is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So kung i-substitute nato itong point kaganina, antod sa watay masabtan, no? Grabe ka, kuan. So anyway, kung i-substitute nato tong points kaganina, kini nga points, sa atong equation where our y sub 2 is nato is f of c plus x. Tapos where our x is in delta x na kay change of x man siya minus f of c which is our y sub 1 bali. Tapos our x sub 2 which is c plus delta x minus our x sub 1 which is c. So the right hand side of this equation is a difference quotient where the denominator delta x is the rate of change in x and the numerator delta y is equal to f of c plus delta x minus f of c is the change in y. Okay, so this is kung ipapangita mo gani, kung na may uban mga pangutanan no, kung asa nigikan day nga equation ang kaning kini siya. At least you know nga gikan ra siya aning general equation in finding the slope no kung nakay 2 points. Okay, so more accurate approximations of the slope of the tangent line by choosing points closer and closer to the point of tangency. So as you can see din kini katotong example kaganina, a second line with 2 points, hantod niabot na siya og isa na lang siya ka point which is a tangent line, no? Same here. Hantod moabot siya sa point nga tangent line siya in point C and F of C. So the definition or the general definition of tangent line with slope m, if f or if your function is defined on an open interval containing c, and if the limit as delta x approaches to 0, unsay pasabot ani delta x approaches to 0. So the change in x daw is getting closer and closer to 0. So delta x, remember that delta x is the rate of change in x. So the limit as delta x approaches to 0 of delta y over delta x is now equal to the limit, class, ano siya arrow din ano siya arrow, of, since delta y over delta x is your slope, tapos ato tong i-substitute to yahang equation din this one, no, our slope, f of c plus delta x minus f of c over delta x, which is our slope. exists, then the line passing through the point C, f of C with slope m is the tangent line to the graph of the function at the point C, f of C. The slope of the tangent line to the graph of f at the point C, f of C is called the slope of the graph of f at x is equal to C. So, libog na kay ka. So anyway, let's proceed with the example para mas ma-absorb nato kung sa itong mga f plus c, c plus delta x something. So find the slope of the graph of f of x is equal to 2x minus 3 when c is equal to 2. So kung ato na siyang i-graph, ingon na ni siya ang iyang graph, no? Kapamilyar naman siguro mo kung unsaon pagkuha og graph, no? Pag-let x equal to 0 nga na mo no para makuha ninyo ang maski makuha mo 2 points, makita maka-drawing na din mo line. So the limit as delta x approaches to 0 of c plus delta x man to, where our c is 2. So i-substitute nato 2 plus delta x minus f of 2 over delta x. So ang yang porma may mo gingon ani. So the limit as delta x approaches to 0 of ang yung function is 2x minus 3 man. So atong i-substitute kini siya, no? This one, 2 plus delta x, we're going to substitute it in our function. So we have sa limit rule na to, no? Gamitan itong limit rule. So the limit as delta x approaches to 0 of 2 times x na to, which is x plus delta x minus 3 minus 2 times c, 2 times 2, sorry. So, ang diri kay f of 2, since our constant is 2 man, so 2 times 2 minus 3. So, we simplify and no, we have 4 plus 2 delta x. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times delta x is 2 delta x, tapos minus 3 minus 2 times 2 is 4 minus times minus negative 3 is positive 3. So simplify, combine like terms. Now we have, so 4 minus 3 minus 4 plus 3. So cancel out na ning kuan. Cancel out, cancel out. So we have 2 delta x over delta x. Makancel ng delta x. So we have the limit of 2 as x, delta x approaches to 0. So the answer is 2. Okay? So next, find the slopes of the tangent lines to the graph of f of x is equal to x squared plus 1 at the point 0, 1, and negative 1, 2. So, using the formula earlier, since wala siya naghatag og c, so wala mo siya naghatag sa c pa, so i-derive na to using this equation. So we have, di ba, ang mao man yung general formula, the limit as delta x approaches to 0 is equal, limit of delta x approaches to 0, f of c plus delta x minus f of c over delta x. Tapos atong equation diri is x squared plus 1. So x squared plus 1. So i-substitute nato ning c plus delta x kang value ni x. Dayon we have the limit as delta x approaches to 0, c plus delta x squared plus 1 minus our value sa c, kay c ra magyapon since wala maghatag nga number. So c squared plus 1. So meaning ganyan ni class, f of c plus delta x minus f of c. So katong given mo function, ilisda nimo aning c plus delta x o aning f of c. So may mo siya c squared plus 1. Okay, so simplify, combine like terms. So the answer is 2c. So the slope at any point of c, f of c on the graph f or in the function x squared plus 1 is m is equal to 2c. So at the point 0, 1, the slope m in which your value sa x is 0, so 2 times 0 is 0. And at negative 1, 2, the slope is negative 2. Okay, so find the slope of the tangent line at x is equal to 3. If f of x is equal to 2x squared plus 3. So, balikan na sad nato ang ato ang general formula katong the limit as delta x approaches to 0 of f of c plus delta x minus f of c over delta x. So, i-substitute na sad nato ang value ni c which is equal to 3. So, C is 3. 3 plus delta x. So, we have 3 plus delta x. Substitute na sa nato ni kang x diri. Tapos, pagkasunod, minus, kining, anong 21 man eh? Kay 2 times, 2 times 3 squared plus 3. 2 times 3 squared. 3 squared is 9 times 2, 18 plus 3 is 21. Okay. So, gamitan na sad nato og kuano, mag-simplify na sad ta. Kini 3 plus delta x is 3 squared is 9. 3 plus 3 times delta x plus 3 times delta x is 6 delta x. Tapos delta x squared is delta x squared. Plus 3 minus 21. Simplify. Then, the answer is the limit as delta x approaches to 0 of 12 plus 2 delta x. Where delta x is approaching to 0 man, so the final answer is 12. Kaya kung i-substitute na to si 0 din eh, may mo naman ay 0. So we have final answer is 12. Okay? So that is the general na formula, no? So kung napod tayo vertical tangent line along our curve, so the definition of the tangent line to a curve does not cover the possibility of a vertical tangent line. Since for vertical tangent line, no, makita nato kung vertical tangent line siya, meaning it is approaching to infinity. No, kay infinite na siya. So kung then the vertical line C is equal vertical line X is equal to C passing through C. F of C is a vertical tangent line to the graph of F. So for example, kining na din has a vertical tangent line at C F of C. Kini siya nga point. When the domain of F is the closed interval AB, you can extend the definition of a vertical tangent line to include the endpoints by considering continuity and limits from the right. So for example, x is equal to A, and from the left, for x is equal to B. So kung vertical tangent line, infinity ang answer na, either positive or negative infinity. So okay, that's all for our slope of a tangent line topic. So attached also here are links for other examples about slope or finding the slope of a tangent line. So thank you everyone. Bye-bye. If you have questions, please take note and let's meet on our next meeting.